great to see you two back together again at the top of the Eunuchs management. Two big personalities. Josh bringing the attractive football, and Dale bringing the doggedness and dog ugly football he's always been known for, and Pete Lockhart obviously bringing the hot dogs at half time. So, Josh, is there a bit of tension between the past and present regime?
I would say torsion, not tension.
Dale, any friction?
It's not really friction, more fiction.
It's been rumoured in the press there's new signings coming to the club this year. Do you have any comments to make about that?
Well,
or is there any people leaving this year as well?
We don't want to name names, put people in there, but we obviously have lined up a few players as we have some outgoing transfers. Dale has been compiling a list here.
Okay, yeah, we have a few notifications to make you up on and make our fans aware of. Obviously, we've had a busy off season getting this conglomerated. So that's why we've sort of delayed making these announcements. But the following players have left the club. Caleb Kuhn, stating issues that he couldn't settle in the area. He decided to go to the sunnier lifestyle in France. But we'd just like to take a second to say thank you, Caleb. I have a few stats in front of me. His two seasons at the club, he made 2 headers, attempted 1 tackle last season. It didn't come off, but it was heartfelt. But all the best to Caleb. He'll always be welcome to wear a Eunuch shirt whenever he wants. Obviously, as a fan, he won't be playing for us, but obviously he's always welcome to put one on. Quite a humorous one with Michael Jordan here. Actually, he's moved to Lille in France. Neither ourselves nor Neil nor Michael were aware of the transfer until it was actually finalised. So obviously, Michael, all the best in League One. And now the final one's unfortunate. I think it's part of the reason we postponed this press conference. We were still in tedious, tentative and
I'm sure you've heard.
Yeah.
Torsional contract negotiations with Mark Brooks. And unfortunately the negotiations have broken down beyond repair. Mark has decided that his career lies elsewhere. So unfortunately Mark will not be coming back for next season. And nor will we want him back in the future. And obviously Mark
We'll not go any further.
Obviously Mark, it's not in good terms between us, but obviously we don't have a keeper. So if Mark wants to play for us, obviously he'll always be welcome. We won't offer him Pete's hot dogs and we won't talk to him, but he can play whenever he wants.
And what are these rumours about these new signings?
Well,
some names down the rumour mill, Dave Moore and Peter Harrison maybe?
Well, we do have a couple of players. We can confirm David Moore is in advanced negotiations and should be getting a medical with either tomorrow or the next day.
When he shaves his beard.
Yes, as long as he's clean shaven, or else he won't pass his medical. Peter Harrison, we've actually started up a youth academy in RBAI, Royal Belfast Academical Institution, and we're trying to bring in the best talent from there. So far this year, with the upper 6 leaving, we've managed to coerce Peter Harrison, a young winger who should do a good job for us. He may take time to develop, but I mean,
like a young Caleb Kuhn.
People said that about Caleb, could make it at this level, but he did, and I think Peter Harrison will serve us well.
He'll potentially win 3 or 4 headers in his career.
Yep, I would go on to say at least 3 or 4, which is, I know, a big statement now, but
that's a big quote.
He may win a few headers. Another couple of players, Callum Coulter, a young man from wherever he's from, who can play pretty much advanced midfield, centre mid, maybe on the wings, up front I would say.
Or in defence.
Good player. Well, I'd rather play him there. And finally, there's another signing. Now, I don't want to speculate about other clubs' players. We've got one more man that we are planning to bring in, and that is well, I don't want to say his name. I'll maybe give you like a sort of.
If you give the first.
Keith L. Right. No, sorry, maybe.
K Long.
Yeah, K Long. That's fair enough. And also Mark Monteith, who also played for us last year. So that's those 5 players in.
So there's been talk over the social networks from Tim Corson, one of your squad members. He's been making critical comments regarding the transfer policy at the Eunuchs, and he's been giving briefings and he would consider a different club. Have you got any comment to make about that? What do you do with the centres? Do you cross them or do you give in?
First of all, I'd say Tim is one of the most talented players in that team. So obviously it's a big issue. It's not just like some reserve player. He's got a bit cocky and run away with it. This guy is a good player. But he's also, you know, a bit of an influence, a bad influence around the team dressing room, and yes, he's put out those comments. So it is something we have to take very seriously.
My final question today is, what are your aspirations for next season? Are you going to be in line for a title run or some mid-table mediocrity? And how are you going to operate with this new two-headed monster that you've got at the Eunuchs?
Well,
any changes going to be made?
Well, two heads are better than none, is something my mother always said.
She had two heads, didn't she? Yeah, well, I just think, like, the first two seasons, obviously Dale was in charge, and yeah, we were okay. We didn't get relegated.
Like continental qualification is the highest
the
Eunuchs have ever achieved. And I want to go on better now that I'm back.
But last season, I think we did have a genuine title run, certainly at the start of the year. We were up there, we were challenging. We drew with DB. We eventually, you know, were almost won the title. You know, we looked strong. We probably should have beaten them. But I just think maybe squad depth, maybe I don't know. I just think we just didn't have that extra bit just to take us to the title, and I think, or even give us a title run. I think this year with the signings we made and some of the people we've cut out, I think we may well.
I think I'm excited.
Yeah, I think the teams in the league can't get any better. Certainly there's some good teams this year.
I just want to jump in, John. This two-headed monster, as you aptly described it, is ferocious. We will take no prisoners. There will be a few changes made. We'll develop on some of the changes Josh made last year. Like some things, there will be changes made from last year. However, listen, under no illusion. Get under no illusion. They had a good season, but there was problems. This garbage about players going off to play for a rugby team on Wednesday instead of turning out for the Eunuchs, it won't happen. Andrew Johnson, you better be watching, because it won't happen. I just think, but we're excited. There's a chance it may happen, but we hope it doesn't. Okay, it's happening, but you're always welcome. But I think we're excited for this season. I think with like you said, the signings and the additions and the management and the hot dogs and the.
Who do you see as your major challenge?
We have no idea how some of the other teams may side against Storm. We don't know how they're going to.
Church of Ireland are always seen as a threat, aren't they? No?
Well, obviously you've got the big guns in Church of Ireland, Bible College, Union, World 11.
There's been a lot of chat in the press that we've been trophyless for a few seasons, but that's given us an appetite. But then other teams have been trophyless for a few seasons. DB have been trophyless for a season.
Apart from that trophy, though.
Rennick have been trophyless. There'll be a lot of teams wanting to win this trophy. I think we've got a good chance of that.
Yeah, and if it all fails, we just play in the cup and win, hopefully.